All right, Ian.
Patrick.
I called an audible. This is the main topic.
All right.
So Nintendo Switch Online's been around for what now? Over 2 years?
Yep.
2019, 2.5 years?
Yeah.
The last year and a half doesn't
I
count.
think we just renewed it for the second time. So
At least 2 years.
yeah, 2 years at least.
So Nintendo Switch Online was what, $20 a year? Which was
It's 20 a year for the normal, and then 35 a year for up to 8 people on a family plan.
so $20 a year. With the $20 a year, obviously you get online play, and then you got NES and NES games. And everyone's like, when are we getting more games? When are we getting more games? Rumor for Game Boy, rumor for N64 games forever, and now we got more than our wish. A startling twist. But first, we'll go through.
Startling twist.
I mean, I was surprised. So Nintendo Switch Online is adding a new membership plan in October, late October, which we predicted that they were going to add more games and then have a tiered pricing. We predicted that because that made economical sense to do that. Because first of all, not everyone's going to want those new games, but those that will pay extra for them, so it makes sense. And you have the option. So N64 games are getting added. The list so far here: Super Mario 64, of course. Mario Kart 64, of course. Star Fox 64, that's a good choice. Yoshi's Story. Ocarina of Time. Winback, which we're bringing up more and more as like a hidden gem, so to speak.
That was actually the one that made my eyebrows raise, because I've had a bunch of people tell me, I should play Winback, because I like cover-based shooters.
I think 3.5 stars, according to a certain upcoming N64 guidebook, so good review. Mario Tennis, there you go. Love that. Dr. Mario 64, and then Sin and Punishment, which never came out in North America.
Yep.
Which I reviewed personally as one of the 2, I think, Japanese games I covered. No, I mean, like, I personally covering all the Japanese games in the book, but I covered that game. I think I gave it 4 or 4.5 stars. Really good game. Really good rail shooter.
Yeah.
Really intelligent design. There's melee attacks to it.
It's fun.
In terms of shooting. It's really fun. The story's off the fucking wall nuts. And I think Chris Kohler commented, like, someone did the North American box art for that, which looks pretty cute. They made it a North American box art for
Oh,
that
yeah.
picture.
Yeah.
So you're going to get that. It's going to have online play for up to 4 players. So I think I'll be playing Mario Kart 64 versus people more potentially than the new one. Less potential shenanigans happening, Maybe, I don't know.
There's lots of
There's
shenanigans,
still shenanigans
in Mario Kart 64.
But either way, isn't that cool? They're going to do the online thing. That's
Well, as long as it works well, because
Tennis.
it's implemented pretty fucking awfully for the NES and the Super Nintendo.
See, I think did we play ice hockey versus each other on NES? Did we try that on Switch Online?
No, but I did try to play something with someone, and it was like,
it was just buggy.
Great. Yeah, it's just
was it a connection or just that
it's the connection.
No
It's
net
just not
code.
great.
Come on,
Yeah.
Nintendo, what are we doing here?
It was not
Get with the times for online play.
It's not amazing.
So, what do you think about the selection of games? So for the Super Nintendo, for N64, is it pretty good?
It's not bad.
I think they're calling it expansion pack membership, which is funny because it's N64 expansion pack.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny. Actually.
I would love to see some of the quirkier stuff, third-party stuff. That's actually the stuff that I tend to enjoy on the 64. I would really like to see Snowboard Kids 1 and 2.
I think you'll get there eventually.
The one that I would like to see that I believe they did say was coming was Pokemon Snap.
Oh, they said that?
Yeah.
Okay, so this picture
there was during the thing they were like in more games coming, and they ran like 5 games real quick past the screen.
Okay, I'll look that up. And it's for a Switch Online announcement.
And
the video.
Yeah, one of those was Pokemon Snap.
So obviously we're all going to get this. Whether or not this is going to be $25 a year or $30 a year, I think almost everyone's going to put down the money for this.
If I have to guess Nintendo and how they usually price things, I have a feeling they'll probably do an extra $5 for the solo membership and an extra $10 for the family.
I'm down.
That's my guess. We'll see.
And there's still going to be more NES and Super Nintendo games added. There's over 100 NES.
Is there going to be more of those added? Did they actually say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Steven Totila from Kotaku confirmed that. They're still doing they got some in the well left that they don't want to pay through the nose for. People still obviously want Earthbound on there. They want Mario RPG and things like that. But okay, so that's good. You think this is going to affect the retro game market to have these more readily accessible versus the N64 games that have spiked? Well, everything spiked after COVID. But
no, I don't. I really don't think it will.
You don't think it will?
No. There was a time where I might have said I thought it would have, but I mean, just looking back on years of experience of this, I don't think it's going to affect it a whole lot.
Okay, so that was the N64 game announcement. Everyone was like, okay, this is cool. We kind of knew it was coming. But then they dropped the bomb. Sega Genesis games will be included in this expansion pack for Nintendo Switch Online. Sega Genesis games they are licensing for Nintendo Switch. That's so weird and cool. And the game selection is actually really interesting, which we can talk about.
It's a decent game selection. I don't know why you think it's so weird, though, when this was done on the virtual console.
But you had to pay for them. They weren't free.
Sure.
This is like Nintendo saying, we aren't just dominating you. Now we're offering our competition's games for free. That was just a license deal. This is a license deal, but this is a freebie, Ian. This is like a Netflix thing.
Well, freebie, you got to pay more for. However...
Don't be contrarian, Ian. This is big news. This is big news.
Big news. I guess I think I just feel like Sega licensed their shit out everywhere at this point. It's not that.
But it's Nintendo partnering.
All right.
They're holding it.
All right. We've already seen Sonic on a Nintendo system. But the selection is good.
Wet blanket, Ian. Okay, the selection is good. Want to run through this, Ian?
Yeah. Castlevania Bloodlines. Thumbs fucking up. Contra Hardcore, absolutely. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, yes, sure. Good Puyo Puyo game. Echo the Dolphin, maybe not. Golden Axe, love it. Gunstar Heroes, excellent. Musha, not as into Musha as other people are, but it's still a good shooter. I just don't think it's nearly worth
Phantasy
that much
Star
money.
4.
Great RPG. Rise Star, good stuff. Shining Force, way to go. Shinobi 3, yes, indeed. Sonic 2, fantastic. Streets of Rage 2, absolutely.
And Strider,
which is fantastic. That was my favorite Genesis game for the longest time.
But this is like a hardcore retro gamers game list. That most of these games are extremely expensive games.
Yes, they are.
That's why it's nuts.
Yeah.
Musha, Hardcore, Bloodlines is now expensive. Phantasy Star 4 is, I think, expensive.
Phantasy Star 4 goes for about 100. Bloodlines, I think, complete, especially if it's the clamshell version, is over 200.
I got it sealed, but I have the cardboard box.
Over 200. Contra Hardcore is definitely probably about 70. Golden Axe, it's a couple tenors. Rise Star, probably not too bad, maybe 30. Maybe.
I looked it up. But the point is, like, this isn't just like the regular garbage stuff. You know what I mean? This is a few tiers above that, I think.
No, this is a fairly well curated.
Yeah, this
collection
is like
to offer.
Oh, Rise Star is expensive now.
Is it now?
Complete.
Everything is
complete. Someone's asking for 200. Holy shit!
All right. Well, there we go.
I think I own that. So anyway, that was surprising to me. And then you see the select, and it's just like this isn't all the crap you would find on those crappy games ones. This is like a tier above that. I don't think any of those had Mushu on it. Mushu, or Gunstar Heroes is expensive too, right? That's $100 game easily, isn't it? Gunstar Heroes?
It used to be really expensive, then it got really reasonable. It was only like $20 for a while, and now I think it's probably expensive again.
It got reasonable for some reason. $80 just for the fucking cart.
Okay, yeah, so it's not reasonable anymore.
$175 or best offer for complete. Wow. So, yeah, I guess that blew up a lot of people. That fact, I was ecstatic to see that, just because it's like, wow, this is becoming the Netflix style thing that people were wanting it to be. It's closer.
And like I said, it's not a bad selection.
4 consoles now. You got Genesis games before Game Boy, Ian. That's a weird feeling, isn't it?
It is. Very strange.
Does Nintendo just not think people are interested in the Game Boy? You think that's what it is?
I don't know.
They have so many games they can put on it from the Game Boy. No, they never talk about the Game Boy. They never do anything with it anymore.
I don't know. It's very weird. I don't need Game Boy on there, but
they got them laying around.
Yeah, I mean, I buy Game Boy games still.
There's months where they're not putting on NES. Put on some Game Boy games.
The Mario games on there are great. I mean, Mario Land is excellent. Short. 6 Golden Coins is great.
Give me the original baseball. Fuck it.
The Wario games are good. I still pop the original baseball in every once in a while. I usually get about 4 innings in, and I go, okay, that's all I need, and I turn it off.
It's like playing black box baseball. It's cute to play it a little bit, but then you're done.
It is. It's adorable.
It's one step above like little handheld toys you get from the little.
I would rather play the handheld toy. I will play that all the way
those weird toy shops that had the little handheld like baseball toys and stuff. But then we get to the hardware announcement, which is again maybe just Genesis alone. Okay, Ian, I'm with you. What's the big deal? Now you have Nintendo saying, we're going to offer you first the N64 controller the same way they did the Super Nintendo and NES ones for Switch. Through you had to be what is it called, Nintendo Club member?
No, Nintendo Online member. You just have to have.
It's online. Okay.
Yeah, they basically it's if you have to have the. They won't sell them to you if you don't have the online service in an attempt to try to dissuade scalpers.
Which makes sense.
Fine.
I think they put a limit on those anyway. I think they did in the past. So the N64 controller is that's a cool idea to have that. I'll probably it's a real D-pad, which is nice. I like the D-pad on N64. I'm gonna pick that up. So then they also hold up next to it a Genesis controller. And that's where it gets super strange, that Nintendo is directly selling a Sega Genesis controller to you. That's bizarro landing. If you don't think that's bizarro land, I don't know what to tell you. I can't remember a company saying, we're going to sell our competition shit or X-competition stuff. There you go.
None of this feels weird to me.
I feel, okay, you're jaded. I think it's weird.
I think you're still living in the console wars.
I'm back in 93, Ian. 92, 93. So they're going to sell you, there's two different versions. They're selling you a Sega Genesis controller, 3-button one for some reason in North America. And then you're lucky to get
Pause. I don't know why they keep fucking doing this. They need to stop with the fucking 3-button controller. They did it with the fucking Mini. They're doing it here. You're kneecapping yourself with the amount of games you can put on here. It's dumb. Unpause.
Okay. So the 6-button one is what most people prefer.
Yes.
People have nostalgia for, I guess, the original chunky ass 3-button controller, but it plays like ass compared to the 6-button.
The buttons never feel like the buttons get real loose. Like they never feel like there's a good
They
press.
put it at the wrong angle. The start button's in the middle of nowhere. There's no.
I'm a Sega boy. Sega boy here.
Sonic controller.
I don't like the original Sega 3-button controller.
Sonic controller.
It's not good. The 6-button is great though. It's one of my favorites.
We all played our Ultra Beast with it and Moonwalker and original Switch, but it's not a good controller overall.
No.
It's average at best. So I'm guessing what you can probably do is go through this. There's probably a way that you'll be able to maybe set up an extra account on your Switch in order to access the page to get the 6-button one. Maybe. If you want it. Are you interested in getting the 6-button one for your Switch?
No, I'm not interested in any of these fucking wireless controllers.
This is why,
they
though.
take up space.
Because you can get these sort of controllers already. You can get Bluetooth controllers for $30 only.
Our friends at Retro-Bit do
yes,
they do licensed remakes of all the Sega controllers, and they're great.
Maybe Retro-Bit's doing these. We don't know. But anyway, the whole point is that these are going to sell because they're Nintendo branded. I will buy the N64 one as an idiot. I'm not going to buy the Genesis one, but I will buy the N64 one. Even though I'm an idiot because I could connect that through there's other ones out there I can, they got me for that. But $50 is too much, especially for the Genesis one.
It is.
That's way too much.
Too much.
If you want to make the argument, then again, honestly, it's too much for the N64 one. You can buy USB N64 controls that are decent for $15, $12. USB, obviously, but they're not, the joysticks don't cost anything. We're not in that age anymore. Oh, the joysticks cost, no. But again, nice to see this. Really cool. This gives puts a nice pep in its step to the Switch Online, which a lot of people are complaining about. We're putting out some interesting titles still, but they're a lot of the heavy hitters that weren't coming out anymore for NES or Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
So, but you're down for this. You're gonna be playing some Streets of Rage 2 multiplayer with me, Ian?
Yeah, no, I am down.
Let's play some Golden Axe. Let's seriously play some Golden Axe.
I'm down for it. For the, it's not going to be an insane amount extra. There's enough on here that I'll go and screw around with Mario Kart 64.
I think it'll be $30 for one person. I think that's what it's going to be. You don't think it's going to be 30? You think it'll be 25?
I don't think 30 is out of pocket.
No.
But knowing how Nintendo generally values their DLC and things like that, they've always done their expansion packs for relatively cheap.
For the buck.
They've done their online for cheaper than other companies. I have a feeling they'll do this expansion cheaper than other companies would. So, like I said, I could be wrong, but I think it's going to be an extra $5 for the solo, and I think it's going to be an extra $10 for the family. For the extra $5, it's going to be like they're going to get probably 90% of the people to pay the extra $5. So think about how many people. How many millions upon millions of dollars that is alone. So you probably more than make up for the licensing of the Genesis games, and then obviously some of these are let's see, Winback is third party. The rest aren't that they're offering. Sin and Punishment's first party, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was yes. I mean, they published it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember who did the dev on that, but they published it. It's a Nintendo IP.
Okay. That's
because they came out with the Wii one.
Yeah.
It's a Nintendo sequel.
Right.
So, but I think Winback's the only one here that's not.
Oh, that's right. That's why I'm screwed up. It's a treasure game.
Okay.
So is Gunstar Heroes. That makes sense. Hold on. Win back. Koei?
Koei Tecmo.
Okay, yeah.
Well, back then it was
just Koei.
Okay, so they have a good relationship with them with lots of other stuff on NES. So.
And then I knew there was someone well loved behind Sin and Punishment. It's Treasure.
Yeah, I'm happy. Let's get Game Boy and Turbo Graphics. Come on, Konami, you got to do something with those properties.
Come on, do the locomotion with me.